and welcome to the 46th weekly vlog. Just wanted to do this just to prove that I'm out of the house, because today has been mildly traumatic but mostly okay, and I'm just walking through Trafalgar Square. It's somewhere around there, just leaving London, about to get on the tube, so I just thought I should start this. It's the 46th, I'm pretty sure. Monday the 11th of June. I've been in London all day. I'll talk to you about it when I get home, but I just thought I would prove that I've left the house and what I'm telling you when I get home is true, because otherwise it's going to be me filming in my bedroom as per usual. But anyway, I will see you when I'm home. I am back in my room. It is about 11:15 at night, and I have been out since 12 today, so quite a while. Welcome to the weekly vlog. I did try to say that earlier, but vlogging in public is weird to me when I'm on my own at the moment. So if you watched the last weekly vlog, then you may remember I said at the end that I had to go and have a blood test today, which is something that has kind of been on my mind for quite a while, because you may or may not know about me, but needles are my biggest phobia. So I've been quite worked up about it and quite stressed and anxious. Every time I've never had a blood test before today, but every time I've had an injection before, it's always a very traumatic experience, to be honest. I get myself very, very, very worked up. It was a bit like what happened today, where normally it's the anticipation that really stresses me out. I've really not been looking forward to it. So that was the first stop on my day out, and my friend Amber, who I think you guys will probably know, came with me because she is a superstar and the greatest friend I have. She took her lunch break to come to a clinic with me and hold my hand and sing me Disney songs and just, you know, tell me funny stories whilst I was not okay having this blood test. The man, to be fair, was really lovely that did it, and he was really supportive and understanding. And to be fair, like, if you look at my arm, it's just a slight tiny bruise. You wouldn't even know it's happened. Much more okay than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to say it was fun and, you know, joyful, because it wasn't. It was, you know, a blood test, but yeah, it was definitely better than I expected, but I really did get myself very worked up. Yeah, it's my own fault, but I can't help it. I panic and I get stressed and nervous and I get upset, and then because I get like that, it makes it worse because I feel bad about being like that. But I'm glad it's over and done with, because I've been a bit worried about that. So yes, but Amber, if you watch this, which I'm not sure if you will, but you are a superstar and I love you, and I'm so grateful for you for coming with me, because I could not have done that without you. I then went and met my friend Will, who is someone that was on my CRP. He did February to February, whereas I was May to kind of end of April to beginning of May. So he was there for a big part of my programme. We met up on Shaftesbury Avenue, went to Starbucks, I had a sandwich and a drink to kind of regain my energy, because actually I fully expected to faint, but the doctor was very good with me and let me lie down. I was fine afterwards, completely fine, but I was very aware that I probably needed to boost my sugar levels, so went and had a snack and a drink, and then we just sat in Leicester Square and chatted for like 2 hours, which was really lovely. He was seeing a show that evening tonight, and I kind of had it in my head that I wanted to see a show as well and treat myself after my ordeal. And the thing I really wanted to see was everybody's talking about Jamie. That's kind of been on my radar since I've got home from Orlando. So we walked up to the theatre and they had one seat left in the front row for £20, so I bought it. Then I went for a bit of a walk and got some chips and guac from Chipotle, and I found, wait for it, this donut time. This has been all over Instagram, Snapchat, social media for, it feels like a while. I wanted to try it because I'm a sucker for social media and a gimmick, so I got 2 donuts and I'm loving the green boxes. They were about £4 each, which after living in Florida in a theme park for a year, my view on prices is a bit warped, but I will show you the 2 I got and they smell incredible. So this one is, they're actually quite heavy, a Nutella filled donut with sugar on top, and I just want to eat it now. And then this one is a Bellatrix Lestrange, Bellatrix, chocolate donut with Twix and caramel and all this good stuff. So they both look incredible. So then I went to see the show, and the front row seats were fine for 20 quid, but it is a high stage, so I was a bit like this. It's a very small theatre, so I've sat front row in theatres before where you literally for most of the show can't see, because it's like kind of smaller. It was only like probably like 5 minutes out of the whole show where I was like not really sure, but it was really worth it, and the show is fantastic. I absolutely loved it. We had an understudy for Jamie and he was incredible. I like seeing understudies. I know a lot of people get mad about it unless you're also going to see a show because of one person. I always think it's great to see an understudy because it's not their 8 shows a week full-time job. It's always nice to see them and support them. So we had a guy called Luke Bayer, I think, and he was incredible. The show is about a boy called Jamie. It's based on a real documentary that's on the BBC, but I can't find it online to watch, so I really want to see it. The documentary is about a boy called Jamie who wants to go to prom in a dress, and the school are not happy about it. And the show follows that same story. Jamie wants to be a drag queen, and it's about his friends and family's opinions and him finding himself, but it's really uplifting. The lead singer, Dan from The Feeling, wrote the music, and I used to love The Feeling, so I really enjoyed the soundtrack. It's really good fun. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely go and see it again, and I would really, really recommend it. It's a really good like homemade British musical, so that left me feeling really warm and happy after a very weird day. It was like a day that went like this. It kept getting better the more it went on. Just checked my YouTube because I put my first weekly vlog up tonight and I wasn't sure what the response was going to be, but it's been much better than I expected. I wasn't really expecting anyone to be that interested, but it's been up since 6 PM and it's now like coming up to 11:30, and it's had over 3,000 views and 135 comments and almost 400 likes, and then 6 people clicked the dislike button, which is fine. That's already probably 5 times more than I was expecting, so thank you so much, because it honestly means the world to me. Having stepped away from the YouTube bubble for a little while, it's a bit daunting kind of coming back to it. I really, really, really appreciate the support and love. Thank you very, very much. You guys are super awesome. Go and reply to some tweets and comments, watch Love Island, and try not to eat the donuts, and I will probably see you tomorrow. Good evening. It is Wednesday evening. It's about 11:30 at night. Yesterday was Tuesday, and I'm really, really struggling with hay fever at the moment, really, really badly, and I felt really rough all day, and I think I was just exhausted from the day before with the whole blood test thing. You wouldn't even know I had it. Like, I've got the teeniest bruise ever. I'm actually like, it seems really silly to say, but like I wanted proof. Like I wanted to be like, look what I did, I was brave. But the doctor was obviously very good because you wouldn't even know I'd had it. But my arm was a bit achy and my hay fever has been so terrible that yesterday I spent most of the day in bed feeling really under the weather, which was great fun. But today is Wednesday, and my nan, actually my whole family apart from me, are going away at the weekend. So today was helping my nan get some stuff together, helping her pack, sorting the house out a little bit, and then I took my dog for a nice walk. We went out together and I went and got McDonald's, my first McDonald's back in the UK. And you know you've been gone for a while when you order a large meal, they give you a drink and you're like, is this a large? Because it's like 350 millilitres smaller than a large in America. So that was a bit of a shock, but it's probably a good thing because I don't need that much Diet Coke. But the chicken nuggets in England are actually better than the chicken nuggets in America. I'm watching a series on Netflix called Safe. I'm on season 5 and no, I'm on season 1 episode 5 and I'm absolutely loving it. I love stuff like this, so if you have any recommendations of similar stuff, as you may know I love anything true crime, like thrillery, murder mystery, that sort of thing, so I'm really, really enjoying this. It's really good, but I'm actually going to head off to bed, so I know this is a really pointless piece of vlogging because I have a job interview tomorrow. Obviously I'm unemployed, so I'm applying for a few things here and there, but I don't really want to talk about anything until I get anything, because there's no point me telling you like, oh, I'm interviewing for this and interviewing for that, because if I don't get it, it's not worth it. But I have a job interview tomorrow in London, but there's a tube strike, so my route of getting there has changed massively, and I need to be there quite early, actually at 8:30. So I have to leave the house at like 6:45, so I need to be up at 6, and I don't fall asleep till 2 normally, so I'm very prepared for no sleep tonight. And then after that I'm going to kill some time in London and then go meet my friend Peter for lunch, who I've not seen. Actually, I saw him, he was in Florida. I don't remember what time of year it was. I think it was around it was before Christmas, because I remember us buying loads of Christmas merchandise together. So we're going to be out for lunch, so we'll be killing some time in between. Be back in London tomorrow stupidly early. I am not looking forward to it. I'm really not a morning person. I'm going to lay in this bed and get 3-ish hours sleep maybe. Morning, it is Thursday, it's 7 AM. Great. I think the tube strike has been cancelled, which will make my day so much better if that's true. But I'm not too sure, so I guess I'll find out when I get to the station. But it's early. I had about 3.5 hours of interrupted sleep, because I have this sometimes when I know I have to be up really early for something important. My body just, it won't relax. So yeah, but I'll be fine, I'll be fine. So off into London, wish me luck, and yeah, I'll see you later. Hello, it is 9 o'clock and I am obviously back home. I've been home for a while. I got back about, I think it was like 4-ish, something around then. So I had my interview this morning, it went well. I will let you know in due course what's happening and all the things and updates, etc. And it was raining, so that wasn't good, because I spent all this time straightening my hair, and as soon as I get like a little bit of humidity or moisture, it's like poof, and it kind of explodes. So that wasn't good. But then basically what happened was I was killing some time before I met my friend Peter for lunch, and in my head I was like, oh, we'll probably meet like between 12 and 1, I guess, when he can take his lunch break. So I was like, well, I'll get on a bus to Liverpool Street, and I was like down by Victoria, and then I can you know, walk from there or kind of explore and whatever. I wanted to basically continue watching Safe on Netflix and finish off the last 2 episodes. So I was like, if I'm sitting on a bus, I can do that. And I didn't, you know, it was raining and stuff, so I was like, I'll just chill on the bus, which probably sounds weird. But basically, I accidentally fell asleep because I was so tired, and I ended up, like, I woke up and I was very lost, wasn't sure where the bus was going, didn't really want to get off because I didn't know where I was and didn't like feel overly safe. Ended up in a bus station at Bow Church, and they didn't know I was on the bus, so they fully parked it up in between all these other buses and like got off. The driver closed the doors, and then I was like, oh, I'm still here. So I just like awkwardly creep downstairs and be like, hi, I'm sorry, I'm lost, I fell asleep. And then I rode all the way back into Central, so I kind of went on a bit of an accidental adventure for like 2 hours on buses. But I got to watch lots of Netflix, and I finished Safe, which was incredible. I absolutely loved it. So if you haven't seen it, please go watch it, because it's really, really good. And yeah, I didn't mind the adventure because I got to see lots of sights and stuff, but yeah, it was interesting. And at one point a school came and took the whole of the upper deck. It was like me and like 40 school kids, and yes, they were going on a trip, so they were very excited, and I was like, please don't talk to me, leave me alone. Then I met Peter. He works like in the Covent Garden area, so we actually went for a Nando's, which was really good. I absolutely adore him. He's such a nice guy. We both had the same passion for Disney and musicals and so much in between, so catching on with him was really good, and he was very kindly treated me to Nando's. So if you ever watch this, Peter, you're a gem, thank you very much. He was like, I'm employed, you're not. So it was very kind of him, and I just love him so much. He's such a nice person, and you know when you hang out with someone and you're like, I wish we could hang out every day, because we could just, I felt like we had so many things to talk about. I could have literally sat there forever. Really warm and sunny where it had been really grim earlier, but I just was so tired because I think I had, like I said, about 3-ish hours sleep last night, but it was very interrupted. So I got on the tube home and I just was hitting the wall of tiredness. So I came back and I kind of laid in bed for about 2.5 hours and was like on and off asleep. Not properly asleep all the time, but just drifting off, waking up, drifting off, waking up, because I didn't want to sleep too much to ruin tonight. So yeah, but now I'm a bit hungry, and I think I'm going to be really naughty, even though I think I've moaned about potentially having gained some weight. My body feels different because I'm not doing this lifestyle I was doing in Florida, where I was, you know, on my feet all the time for work and sweating everything out. I might go to the chip shop and get some chips, because I haven't had chips since I've been home. Well, I haven't had them in what, 14 months maybe, apart from the ones from the Epcot chippy, which are very good, but they're not the same as chip shop chips. So I might go and get some and have those. And then tomorrow my whole family apart from me are going away, so they're all packing up and stuff, which is good for them, but it's just me and Bertie. And I actually might go and see Alyssa tomorrow, drive up and see her, so we will see. But yeah, that's it really. I want to edit a video as well, but I'm not sure if I'll do that tonight or not. I can't really figure out a schedule for what I want to do, and I don't really know how many vlogs from my program I have left. I need to really sit down and work it out, but I also don't want to watch the footage back, because as you can probably understand, it makes me very sad. It is Friday the 15th of June. It is 7 o'clock and I've just got in my car because I am off to my friend Alyssa's house. I haven't seen her. I saw her in December when I came home for a few days, but we didn't get to speak very much because we all went out for dinner and we were at separate ends of the table. So it feels like I haven't seen her properly in a really long time, and I'm really excited to go catch up with her. I'm going to drive over. My whole family have gone to Norfolk for the weekend and left me behind. Thanks, family. No, it's absolutely fine. I'm excited to like chill on my own and stuff. So I've left Bertie, so I don't want to leave him too long. And yeah, I think we're gonna have a curry, but I'm not too sure. And I'm just excited to catch up and see her and drive down there. I'm gonna pick a true crime podcast in very Ellie fashion and listen to that on the way there. And I am excited to go and have some food and see one of my really good friends. So I will catch you later. Okay, it's super late. It's like 3 AM. And hang on, I think it's gonna get dark, bear with me. Super late, it is about 3 AM ish, and I got back about 1. I was at Alyssa and Mark's till quite late actually. Just chatted for like 4.5 hours, which is really nice, because I think, as I said, I saw her in December, but we were at like separate ends of the table, so we didn't really get to speak to each other. So catching up tonight was really good fun. I love her, she's a really good friend, and I really enjoyed it. And I came home, played with Bertie for a bit because he'd been obviously in his bed for a while, and I've started watching a new thing on Netflix called The Staircase, which is like it's really long actually. It's like a 13-part documentary, and I'm quite familiar with this case, so watching this documentary is interesting because it is quite one-sided. I'm like 5 episodes in now, so I've watched a bit of it, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I've got no plans tomorrow, I'm just at home. My dad might pop around, I'm not too sure. We'll see, I don't know. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. It's actually Monday and I haven't picked up my camera since Friday night, which, as we all are aware by now, is a regular occurrence. I have been home on my own, well, since Friday, but Friday night was the last time that I went somewhere. I just feel very weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I think this weekend has been, or this past 3.5-ish days, it's now Monday afternoon, my family are back, has been the first time that I've been, you know, properly on my own somewhere since before I left to do my Disney program. I was on my own when I was travelling a bit and stuff, but when you're, you know, in a space you don't know and in another city, I don't view that as the same thing as, you know, being on your own at home. So it's been very weird. I've enjoyed chilling out, watching a lot of Netflix. I've started binging Queer Eye, which I love. I watched The Staircase documentary about Michael Peterson, because as you probably all know, I'm very like into true crime and all that stuff. So I watched The End of the Effing World, which I didn't really love, but once I start something I kind of have to see it through. Just been on my own with my dog, and I've basically left the house to walk Bertie every day and that's it. So my human contact has been very minimal, and I just haven't really felt myself. But I've not been sad, I've just kind of been a bit like nothing, and that's how I feel at the moment. I just feel a bit, you know, now I'm home and I'm settled properly, and it's kind of like everything never happened. I don't know, like I said, I'm not sad, I'm just like numb. That's how I feel. It's really weird. So I'm really sorry that I'm not like myself at the moment. And also, this is probably weird to say, but the person who I was when I used to weekly vlog all the time is not me now. And I think it's definitely a habit thing, because I'm really out of practice and out of the habit, so my brain doesn't go, oh, I need to pick up my camera, because I'm not used to it. But also I just feel like I'm not interesting anymore, and well, I wasn't interesting anyway, but because I haven't got the CRP to count down to, there's nothing really that I'm like aiming for and focusing. I do, as I said, I've been applying for jobs and things, but I can't figure everything out. So it's all just a bit of a massive readaptation, and I have to say, like last week once I uploaded the vlog and looked at the comments and got to talk to some of you guys, it was so lovely, and that part of it I love. But at the moment I think I'm not too sure of what I'm doing and where I'm meant to be now and what's next, and coming away from the place that is so much like my home and where I feel the most me and the most confident and secure, when you take yourself away from that place and kind of put yourself back where you, not that I don't want to be, but kind of don't, it's a weird thing to go through. So I feel like I will do that thing where I'm really sorry that it's just not what I want it to be at the moment, but I think it's just, that's just how it is, and there's not much going on in my life. I am just kind of sitting around at home watching Netflix. I don't have the motivation to you know, do some things I could do with this free time, like sort my life out, sort my room out, film all these videos. I just don't have it at the moment. I don't want to force myself to do stuff when I'm not there. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say, except for that I'm really sorry that once again I think this has been really terrible. So I don't think I'm actually going to weekly vlog this week, because I know it'll be a lot of the same. I have nothing planned, so it'll just be me talking to you once, maybe 3 times in the week, just saying that I haven't done anything. So I might take this week off, rediscovery, readjusting phase still, and I feel like that's okay. It's not a bad thing, and like I said, I'm not sad, I'm not depressed, I'm not down in that way. I'm just not sure of things, and I'm just a bit, you know, numb to it all. So I know kind of part of it is I need to give myself a big kick up the backside and get on with it, but I'm kind of used now to not really doing anything, so it's hard, it's really hard, and probably none of this makes any sense. This week was an okay one. It was completely fine. There were some really good points, like seeing the show, facing my needle fear, and seeing some of my friends, so it wasn't a bad, it's just, yeah, the reflection I've had the past few days has kind of left me feeling a bit meh, for lack of a better word. I'm sorry that I'm terrible. I hope you all forgive me and you'll stick with me. Weekly vlog question for this week is going to be, when you have time for yourself, what is your favourite me time, self-care style thing to do? I'd be interested to know what you're like looking after yourself time, how you spend it and what you do, whether it's, you know, watching a series on Netflix, something you can recommend that you binge when you've got your own time, a bath product, you know, a book. I'd be interested to know what you do with your free me time, because I have a fair bit of it at the moment. Anyway, I will see you guys in the future. I'm sorry again. I love you a lot, and thank you if you stuck it through to the end. See you later.